per quarter.
Well, the way they did it was they rebounded them even that half. That quarter. They were down 6 rebounds in the half. That time they played them even. As a result, they were able to outscore them. So that is still the big key, the rebounding. We'll have to watch what happens now in the fourth period.
Brandon to dance against Williams. Williams playing with 4 fouls, but he had a block, a steal, and a block and a steal last time. Here's the give and go. Beautiful. And that block from Stacey King.
Well, I've never seen Stacey do that. That was a big block.
Nance is in shell shock. Scott Williams has this shot. Oh, not this time. Look at the rebound and the jam by Scottie Pippen. Bulls back into the lead, 78-77. Bulls have led by as many as 6. Cavs' biggest lead was 5. Michael Jordan on the bench. Wilkins can't get anything one-on-one. 5 to shoot. Terrell Brandon has it punched away by Paxson. Not much on the offensive end for the Cavaliers on that possession. Good play. 1 touch from Paxson back to Pippen.
I like Lenny Wilkins taking a timeout here. He's not happy. They've had two plays. They've not executed either one. They've had 2 turnovers and a block dunk opportunity. I think it's a very good timeout.
8-0 Bulls run. Well, Larry Nance gets to take a bite out of Mr. Spalding, and the Bulls come down and get a nice pass from Paxson for the score.
Well, you get a nice player. If Stacey doesn't go up stronger, that's an easy 2 points. But critical time right here. Michael Jordan resting, and the Bulls have been able to go from a 1-point deficit now to a 3-point lead. It's over and back.
Yep. And, of course, the Cavs are arguing with Jim Capers that it was touched by Stacey King. He's playing with some mighty intensity. He had that block, and then they went back down court, and Paxson made a nice pass to Pippen to score. And the Bulls went up by 3 and increased, had a 4-0 scoring advantage over Cleveland with Michael Jordan on the bench.
Exactly. Now they've got an opportunity here to build a lead up to 5, and all this time Michael's buying time to be able to come in and finish strong. So right now,
the playoffs.
That's exactly right. That's what happened in Game 6 against Portland. Chicago was down 16 at the end of 3. Michael rests. They get back into the game, and then Michael scores 12 of the last 16 points of the quarter to finish it off.
Of course, this gives Pippen his chance to step up over Wilkins. Not this time. Offside rebound to Craig Elo.
Danny Ferry in the ball game right now, giving Larry Nance a little bit of a rest. So when you look out here right now, really, Elo the only starter.
Ferry with the rebound. They've got to get the rebounding from Ferry. Beautiful fake pass from Brandon and the drive, but he can't hold on to it. Pippen on the run out.
See what happens when your point guard drives to the basket. You got to get a guy covering back, and Elo and Gerald Wilkins are thinking offensive rebound. No one covering Pippen out in the backcourt.
Brandon. Rebound Pippen.
Got to get Mark Price back in the game, I think, real soon here. Brandon has been shaky in this little stint he's had on the floor. Can't let this game slip away from you.
Cavaliers led it by 1 going into this quarter. The Bulls have built a 5-point lead. 5 to shoot for Chicago. That's a 3 from Pippen. Oh my. That's a big, big bucket because this is the Bulls' biggest lead of the game by 8 with 9:20 remaining. Talk about needing a timeout.
Well, see, you've just come out of a timeout, and you come out of a timeout with a turnover. Here's Brandon trying to take John Paxson
on the drive, and he misses the layup. Mike Sanders is going to get back in as Pippen heats up. Wilkins kept it alive. Got a loose ball foul on Scottie Williams on Stacey King. On Stacey King.
Foul is number 21, Stacey King.
Okay, now when Terrell Brandon drives to the basket, all right, if we stop it right there, Gerald Wilkins is under the basket. Craig Elo is holding his hands up in the corner. They've got to get back.
Danny Ferry, pass inside to Hot Rod Williams, but he's in trouble in the post, and the foul will be called on the Bulls. Chicago, a 13-0 run in the last 5 minutes, and Pippen has the last 9 for Chicago. One of the reasons that Michael Jordan can get all of this rest is because Pippen has the ability to take over the game just like all the other major superstars.
Well, he's done a good job with his second unit, too, of being able to establish himself. Well, there's a block shot, a missed layup.
Price kept it alive, shoveled it to Ferry. Ferry was too slow getting it up there, couldn't get the ball to go. And Ferry has got to score on that, but he just doesn't have that post-up quickness.
Well, you've got now Michael Jordan and Horace Grant set to come in now. So Michael's gotten a rest. They were down 1, and they're now up 8 if they score 10. It's an 11-point swing with him sitting down.
Williams with the foul over the back of Danny Ferry. 8:14 to go. Bulls by 8. And here come Grant and Jordan. Paxson will sit down. And let's see who else goes to the bench. It'll be Rodney McRae. Well, Bulls outscored Cavs 9-0. It should be said Pippen outscored Cavs 9-0.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how much Lenny Wilkens can buy time to before he has to come back with Larry Nance and Brad Daugherty. See Mark Price now being played by Michael Jordan.
And the bad pass cannot be run down in time for Danny Ferry. And right at the half-court line was Jake O'Donnell, who said that's over and back. It's a turnover. The ball belongs to the Bulls.
Look at the lineup now that Chicago has on the floor. They have Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen at guard, with McRae as a small forward, Horace Grant is your power forward, and Stacey King. So they've gone big, which is going to force Lenny Wilkens' hands. Mark Price has got to play Jordan. He's going to go right into the post, and now they're going to have to double team him.
There's another block. This time, Hot Rod Williams got it. Yeah, the Bulls are big, but they're also fast.
Well, see, now the Cavaliers are in trouble with this lineup because what Chicago's trying to do, they're trying to run Mark Price out of the game, but with his size.
Sanders into the paint. Too many Bulls there, but a foul on Chicago. A 10-point Bulls lead, 7:28 to go, and this matchup is certainly not going Cleveland's way.
The sign of greatness in the NBA is you're on the road, you're playing along with the team, the game gets into balance, and you win it with your defense. You stifle them. 0 for 7. Cleveland has not got a field goal in 4 minutes and 32 seconds in this quarter. You gear up your defense and you win with a 5-minute defensive sequence. That's how Chicago does it. They play you along. Pretty soon, boom, they strangle you. And that's what they've done here to start this fourth quarter. Now, there's still plenty of time, Bob, but Cleveland's got to get back in sync, and you got to worry about this matchup with Mark Price playing Michael Jordan.
Took 4.5 minutes for the Cavaliers to score in this quarter. And once again, it's time to remind everybody that the Bulls are the best defensive team in the NBA, and it is often overlooked. Jordan with the turnaround. He's on fire. That one was over Mark Price, and Michael has his number 23.
See, he's guarding him on this end, too, and Mark Price cannot penetrate and get past him. So Michael can play him on one end, and the other end, Mark Price cannot play Jordan.
Hot Rod Williams with the offensive board and the stick back. It's a 9-point make that an 8-point Bulls lead.
What if you could hide Mark Price over on Rodney McRae and let Michael Sanders play?
That's a Bulls turnover. It's an 8-point game, and the Cavs have a chance to get back in here. I think that's a good idea, what you just said.
Let Price play Rodney McRae and put Elo on Pippen and Michael Sanders on Jordan, and see if they'll try to go to Rodney McRae.
How many times have we seen Pippen and Jordan step into the passing lane just as Pippen did then? The ball, however, was knocked out of bounds. 17 seconds to go on the shot clock. 6:42 to go in the game.
Still plenty of time. It's only an 8-point game, but Cleveland has got to get in rhythm offensively. 14 fouls against Chicago, so if Cleveland will take the ball to the basket, they can get to the foul line, get themselves going there.
Yeah, it's going to be a difference. Cleveland has yet to commit a team foul in this quarter. Sanders, tough move on the baseline. Now it's back to a 6-point deficit for the Cavaliers.
This crowd wants to get into the game. You're going to see Michael Jordan in the post or Michael Jordan backing in.
McRae kicks it out to Pippen. Wants the three. Jordan, how did he get all the way over there? Ferry with the rebound, and we're going to get a foul against Horace Grant. Danny Ferry. This is a real pressure year for Ferry. He's had to live up to his expectations when he was drafted, went over and played in Italy, and also the expectations of that big 10-year contract that he signed.
And then he was traded for Ron Harper. He has so many things working against him. What he has to try to do is put all those distractions out, and only as good as Danny Ferry can ever be, he will never be as good as what his contract is paying him. He comes to that realization and just tries to play. Maybe it will relieve some pressure.
Cavaliers on a 7-0 run. They are now down by 5 with 6 minutes to go in this ballgame. Make that 4, down by 4 points. Jordan. Foul away from the ball.
Foul is on number 33, Mike
It's on Mike
Sanders.
New York leading Atlanta in the fourth quarter. Should take a look at our scores from around the league. Washington in front of Charlotte.
Charlotte's at home there too. That's a big game.
A little surprising, as a matter of fact. Golden State and Utah, two of the contenders. Pippen, well defense by Ferry, and he used the basket. Elo on the run out from Price. Foul by Mark Price. What a play by the 6'-tall point guard. It's a 2-point game.
Chicago's made the substitution now, so Price is against B.J. Armstrong. You now have the normal matchups. Elo on Jordan, Mike Sanders on Pippen.
For Price, it's like coming back from the dead to go from Jordan to Armstrong. Now Jordan open from 15.
Somebody's got to step out there. Scottie Pippen ran a little handoff and screened Elo. Someone's got to step out. You cannot let Michael get that 9-foot shot uncontested.
Would have expected to see Gerald Wilkins in this kind of crunch time trying to play Michael Jordan. Price pulls up, looked off balance on that shot.
I don't think he needed that shot at that point in time. I think he can get inside and get a foul.
Bulls by 4. People wanted to carry on Jordan.
Good luck. Better not leave B.J. Armstrong. He has not missed tonight.
They did, and he didn't. 4:43 to go. It's back to a 6-point Bulls advantage. 13 points for B.J. Armstrong, who started for the ailing John Paxson tonight. Nance is set to come back in here for Cleveland. Nice pass into Ferry, and Ferry is fouled.
Called for the offensive foul.
Yes.
Instead, he jumped in.
May have used his arm to hook off of Horace Grant.
Scottie Pippen's upset. He said something like, if he gets me up in the face again, I'm going to punch him. I read his lips there. See if Danny Ferry got Scottie Pippen with an elbow as he leaned in. We'll have to watch this on the replay. Watch where Pippen is. Let's watch.
There's his second team foul.
Well, the referee, he got him right with an elbow going in. There's another look, and Scottie with an elbow in the face right there.
Well, Ferry's going to have to play tough if he's going to play in the league, that's for sure.
Well, Chicago scores here. Cleveland's going to need a timeout.
Jordan has the ball, but he doesn't score. Ferry with a rebound. Jordan almost had a big steal there.
You cannot be careless with Chicago. Pippen and Jordan, they'll pick your pocket in a moment.
We got a jump ball. Mark Price will either jump against Pippen or Cartwright. Doherty back in the ball game. He had a long rest.
Well, this is like a turnover here. Mark Price got himself a little out of control, and now he's jumping either against Horace Grant or Scottie Pippen or Cartwright, so you're going to expect Chicago to control this tip. Watch Michael Jordan leaking out here. He might try to slap it long to Michael, so Elo cannot let him release.
.352 to go in this ball game. Big possession here for the Bulls. Cartwright is all alone. Doherty was lost. Elo with a big rebound. 6-point Bulls lead. 3:39 to go.
Well, Chicago's played suffocating defense in this quarter. I think Cleveland's only scored 10 points.
Michael Jordan has it punched away by Nance. To Armstrong. Doherty with a rebound. Cleveland still hanging in here. They're going to have to find a way to get it in the hole.
I think these are two heavyweight fighters right now who are on their heels just trying to hold themselves up.
Yeah, there's a lot of wind sucking going on out there right now with 3:13 to go in this ball game.
Bob, in the fourth quarter, Cleveland 3 for 15, Chicago 8 for 16. But in the game, Mark Price and Brad Doherty 9 for 31.
There's a summary of what's happened in this ball game, and the Bulls lead at 93-87 with 3:13 to go.
I think this is a must possession right now for the Cavs. I think if they don't get a score here, I don't think they'll win this basketball game.
Well, you stated earlier, if they didn't get on the offensive boards, they wouldn't win, and they have not. Mark Price with the stutter step, and Armstrong tied him up. He'll be called for the foul. This is what Mark Price likes to do late in a game, and that is penetrate and go to the line in the penalty.
But he was #1 free throw shooter in the NBA last year at .947% or whatever. I think the third best in NBA history. But I really believe that some of the jump shots he settled for, I think that he will get the calls if he tries to drive to the basket against BJ and make some of those things happen. Get to the foul line. You get a chance to rest. Excuse me, Mark Price's second all-time shooter edged out Rick Barry. But you get a chance to get yourself together, get a chance to rest, set your defense.
about Rick Barry, new coach out in the Global Basketball Association in Cedar Rapids? Cedar Rapids will never be the same.
Cleveland only one foul. All right, so they can be aggressive. If Michael beats you and he gets to the basket, you can foul him.
8 to shoot. Elo on Jordan. The pull-up. Didn't get the roll. Rebound Nance. Cleveland can cut it to 2. Doherty. Hard to the hoop. It is a 2-point game with 2:32 remaining. And remember, they've only got 81 games remaining.
Excellent. Absolutely. Cartwright's hitting big shots.
Doherty was late getting to him again.
Bill Cartwright will hit big shots against you. You know, you don't play him, Pretty soon he hits that baseline jump shot. Hit it back to Mark Price, let him penetrate.
Nance does it. Big hoop by Nance. Doherty goes down hard. He'll be all right, but he's late getting down court. But so is Cartwright. 4-on-4. Pippen. Price kept it alive. Big play by Price. Cavaliers have a chance to tie. Pippen just misses the steal. Bad pass. Pippen out in front. Price gets the ball.
They need to calm themselves down. They don't have to make the spectacular play. Still a minute and a half to go.
My nerves aren't ready for this on opening night.
Now again, Mark Price can take the ball on the dribble, maybe get the foul.
10 to shoot. Doherty gets it inside. He's fouled by Grant. Here the Cavaliers are. You said this, Doug, and we've looked at it statistically. The Cavaliers getting back in this game from the free throw line.
They win by being able to get inside. Now, Brad Doherty needs to make both of these. Again, I'm going to talk to you about the fouls. Cleveland now has only one foul to waste because 2 in the last 2 minutes of the game give you an automatic bonus situation. So they only have one foul to waste right now rather than the 3 because they've not used them up.
Doherty with that is 15 points, has 12 rebounds. Phil Jackson gets a timeout. Cavs are within 1 with 1:26 remaining in this game from Richfield Coliseum. Doherty has one more free throw and a chance to tie this game. And we talked about how these teams win. Chicago by field goals, Cleveland by free throws.
Well, again, you know, field goals made on the season. Cleveland 69 less than their opponents, but free throws 525 more. Chicago tonight, 42 field goals, Cleveland 35, so Chicago 7 more field goals. If Doherty makes his free throw, Cleveland has made 13 more free throws than Chicago. So that's basically, it looks like the season, if you go back to last year now, it looks like these two teams are very similar to what they were last year in the way they try to get things done.
1:26 to go.
I think it was a good timeout there to ice him a little bit, make him shoot the free throw after cooling down a little bit.
And the Bulls lead it by 1 with 1:20 remaining.
Look for Michael Jordan to try to get the ball in the lane. Post up, get to the foul line.
Cartwright against Doherty down on the block. There's that turnaround by Cartwright. Not this time. Jordan got in for the offensive board and the lay-in.
What have we talked about? What was going to be the key to the game? Offensive rebounding. Michael Jordan left alone. Mark Price trying to get the foul. Take it to the basket.
Hands it off to Williams. It's blocked by Horace Grant. New shot clock.
So he will not get the foul against Michael.
They got to get this shot up here. Doherty on the baseline. Big bucket.
Now there's no need to foul, Bob. They don't want to foul because if they can stop them here, they're going to get the last shot of the game down 1. If the Bulls score, the three-pointer will still tie.
Everybody on their feet at Richfield.
Michael Jordan has broken their heart in here how many times? Will he do it again?
Elo fouls him. If he does it, it'll be from the free throw line this time.
That's a horrible foul.
He had the foul to give.
That's a horrible foul, though, Bob, because it resets the shot clock, and Chicago does not have to shoot the ball now. It's 24-3. Now they have to take a foul. That's a bad play.
The foul to give, given at the wrong time. That's a 20-second timeout. Bulls by 1 with 24 remaining in this game. Been a struggle tonight for Craig Elo.
You know what I think that it's going to be a real struggle for Craig Elo. I think he has to be careful not trying to do too much because Gerald Wilkins is on the team right now. I think he just has to be Craig Elo. And because he can help this team in so many ways. You know, offensively, he can do so many things with his versatility, but here's the last offensive rebound. Michael Jordan, the shot is missed, and there he is. right on the spot to lay it up.
You saw Elo had a hold of Jordan. Jordan is so strong, it didn't even faze him. He went in and got the ball anyway and laid it in easy.
All right, let's talk about free throw shooters. B.J. Armstrong, excellent. Michael Jordan, normally a very good free throw shooter. Horace Grant, not. Cartwright, not. Pippen, fair. So right now they're going to make him foul Michael Jordan. He's going to have to get the foul. He might as well take it right now because the clock's going to wind down. You better take it.
They couldn't even get
You better foul him.
Finally, with 12.3 remaining in the game.
That's why that other foul hurts so much, Bob, because now you're down to 12 seconds. If Michael makes both of these, it's a 3-point game.
27 points tonight, 3 out of 4 from the line, 4 out of 5. It's a 2-point game. Jordan sporting the new Dream Team goatee. Gets them both. 3-point game, 12.3 remaining. Well, this is the kind of way, the way it's going to be for Cleveland and Chicago all year. But I think this, Doug, this game was a very important tone setter for the Cavaliers. They needed a win here even more than the Bulls did.
I agree.
Bulls by 3, 12.3 remaining. So this was the biggest hurdle the Bulls have in their first few games this year.
Well, if you look at their schedule, I really believe the Bulls are going to be 6-0 when they go to Minnesota. They have 4 home games and a game at Milwaukee. I think they'll win those games, be 6-0. Then they play 7 straight games on the road, all of them against playoff opponents except Minnesota. So you get Minnesota, you're 7-0. You have 7 on the road, and that's going to be a tough stretch for Chicago.
Bulls have 23 points in this fourth quarter. Pippen got the first 9. Jordan got the last 8.
Now, one thing, Bob, you don't necessarily need a 3 here. They're going length of the floor with this to try to probably set up Price for a 3, but you don't necessarily need a 3.
And it's blocked. Was that Jordan who got a hand on it? Armstrong in Price's face. I think Jordan got a piece of that shot attempt from Mark Price, talking to Jim Capers about not getting a call.
You know, interesting choice there by Lenny Wilkins. With more timeouts, he's had extra timeouts to go length of the floor. You use some time, and what you're saying in that situation is we're going for 3. In a half-court situation, if you get a quick 2, you're down 1, and there's still time to go where if you foul, you can advance the ball to half-court. So he chose at that point in time to go for a 3-point shot by going length of the floor.
Horace Grant with 14 points and 15 rebounds in this game tonight.
See, he just quietly gets it done. I don't know how many offensive rebounds that is for Horace tonight, but I felt like he was going to be a real factor on the boards. He only has 3 offensive rebounds, but he's made some big plays.
Jordan got a big offensive rebound as Corey Williams, the rookie from Oklahoma State, comes in for this final 3.7 seconds. Timeout Cleveland, trailing by 4, make it 5 with 3.7 seconds remaining.
In the fourth quarter, Chicago came out and took over the game defensively. Cleveland has only scored 19 points in this quarter. I don't know what the final shooting percentage will be in this quarter, but Scottie Pippen, I thought, really was the difference in terms of when Michael Jordan sat down and rested. He scored 9 straight points to change the game when Chicago was down 1, gave him an 8-point lead. Michael came in to finish it off. So I really thought that he was the difference in the game tonight.
He opens the season with a triple-double, does Scottie Pippen. 22 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. And Nance misses, and this ball game's going to be history. And the Chicago Bulls are on their way. They're 1-0 in the 1992-93 season, and the Cleveland Cavaliers have yet to figure a way to beat the Chicago Bulls.